Sup y'all, pickups and PSA preview today. We're doing Jordans, Kobe's, some vintage Larry's, some 80s stuff, man. It's gonna be sick, so let's check it out. See you inside. Yo, pickups time. Here we go. So this is, like I said, from a couple collections I just bought. Some gorgeous examples, man. Got Jordans in here, Larry's, rookie cards, Kobe's, kind of some, a mishmash of the, 80s vintage basketball area and some a little more modern. I mean, I love the 90s. I'm a 90s guy. Got a lot of that stuff in here, but gonna lead off with this one, man. 1988 Fleer All-Star Michael Jordan number 120. This one is so sick. I don't think it's any better than an 8. I mean, you could make maybe an argument that's got the most outside of outside shots at a 9. This is just two top to bottom, off center. I measured it out. It's about a 2-to-1, and then you really can't. It's tough to see on the camera. You got to hold it up close and see with the naked eye. But there's a bit of edge shipping up here, and some other issues and print spots and stuff, and print lines that just when you add those things up with that centering issue to begin with, it's not going to be a 9. This will. I'm thinking 8. But there's also some cards. I mean, it's not really that much of a value boost if you just turn it in at an 8. It might go up like a little over what I paid for it and over what you could get for it raw, but there's sometimes one, you just have fun, you want to roll the dice a little bit. 2, I'm not keeping this. You have to fight every urge you have when you make acquisitions to not start adding these things to your PC. You really have, and this is one, man. This is one of my favorite Jordans. Going off of that slam right there, but the this one, in some ways, even if this was a PC card for me, like a lot of the times I like raw cards in my PC, but this one, there's also other cards where one, they are nice to have on display, I think sometimes, especially like really high end, and then 2, I love to handle the cards that I own. Up to a certain extent, I almost prefer raw. That's, everybody has their own opinions on this, but to a certain degree, I start to think they're too delicate to handle them. They're just too precious to really be handled with your bare hands. So those ones I like to put behind a slab and get that gorgeous PSA label on it. But this one I have to be careful because I cannot just start adding all these amazing cards to my PC. I can't do it. Even this one is one of my favorite 80s Jordans. I mean, all the 80s Jordans are amazing. They're all amazing for their own reasons. So I can't even say this one's one of my favorites because what does that even mean? But this one, gonna get it slabbed, gonna get it sent to PSA, and then, hope for the best. I'm expecting 8. You never really know. I miss things. I think everybody misses things sometimes with grading, but this one's gorgeous, man. I love this one. 88 Fleer. 88 Fleer is amazing. Pair it up with this other 88 Fleer Jordan. Again, paid a good amount for this. This one's also got centering issues, as you can see. Some other stuff there, but I think the funny thing about the 88. I can't fit them both in this shot. I'm gonna move this back and fit them both in. But this is, I think, the only example I can think of in my entire knowledge of collecting where I actually prefer the All-Star card to the base card. Like, I don't know about you guys, man. When I get an All-Star card, usually, even if it's a player I love, I get a little bit bummed out because I'm just like, oh, the base is better. Or even like a lot of 70s and 80s baseball sets, when the base card has like an all-star symbol on it. I don't like that. I've never liked that. But this, I don't know if it's the pose Jordan's taken or if it's just how gorgeous this card design is on the all-star card. But I mean, that's not the Fleer. The base is amazing too. This is one of my favorite designs. But this design is incredible. Like, this is an incredible design on that All-Star card, and like, I actually, this might be the only time I can think of anywhere in the hobby where I prefer the All-Star card to the base card. I just think that one's so funny. But yeah, these two going in, I'm not expecting huge results from them, but I gotta slap them up. I mean, these ones are just too precious. And this 88, man, I love the 88 design. I go back and forth depending on the day whether I like the 88 design better than the 86. I don't have an 86 Fleer Jordan. I just told the guy when I showed up, I was like, yo, if you have an 86 Jordan here, I ain't buying it. Like, no way am I buying the thing. I'll help you sell it, but I don't have the money. You know, I wouldn't even want to buy it. You know, I'd want to. I told him, it's like, yo, if that snuck in here and you just didn't even realize you had it, like, you're keeping that thing, man. I'm not taking that thing home with me, but I'll help you sell it. Like, it'll be fun to watch. But yeah, this one, I love it. I'll just put those side by side. I got an 86 in here. I was gonna bring it out later, but you know, here's the 86 Larry. Closest thing I got, another centering issues. These are all such centering issues, quality controls. But like, I don't know about you guys, man. I like the 88s. I think the 88's cooler design. I mean, some days I'm sure some video in the future I'm gonna go back and look, oh my God, the 86 is better, like whatever. But man, I think I like 88. I think I like 88. Anyway, gorgeous card. Love getting that one. Next, I shouldn't throw it like that. What am I doing? What am I doing? This one, 87 Fleer Jordan. This one is gorgeous. You know, this card's got its issues. This one I'm not sending to PSA. Sometimes you're gonna find when I mean, you guys have all been to shows and made purchases and stuff, but like this was actually behind a screw down, so I couldn't even like pull it out and kind of inspect it. This one I just had to buy on site and not get a close look at it. I don't know if the defect was behind a scratch or just obscured by glare or whatever, I don't know. But it wasn't until I got that thing out that I noticed, and I doubt you're gonna be able to see it on here, but right there by my fingernail, the stitches of the ball right here, if you lead up above my fingernail right there, you can probably see a little bit of black. There you go. Yeah, I think you can see right there. Anyway, they're like these little indents on the card. I just didn't see it, and that one was heartbreaking. This is the most expensive thing I bought in either of these collections that I bought recently. This was the one. I didn't really have you know, huge expectations for it, because like it's got other issues. Like this print defect right here, like immediately not going to be, you know, a super high grade. That might not even be a mint with that on there, but still, you know, if you can hit an 8 on this, you can feel really good about it. But those defects immediately make it mid-grade. I'm not sending this one in. I'm gonna sell it raw, but that one was disappointing. That one I was like, oh man, missed on that one. But sometimes they hit, sometimes they miss, and it's part of the excitement, part of the way it goes. You know, I don't want to, you know, you gotta try to minimize those. You really do. And that one, you know, I miss sometimes. Everybody misses, but some people say if you're not missing here and there, you're not stretching yourself. Just be careful when you buy things. But that one was definitely disappointing when I pulled it out. I was like, oh man, this one got knocked down a couple pegs from where I thought it was. But I think the other thing though I got from this was, man, I'm gonna take it out of the case. I'm gonna take it out of the case for a little bit. Told myself it wasn't for the camera or whatever. But one of the things about Jordan, or like the 87 set, that I thought was funny is like, and you're not even seeing it here. Like I'm looking at it, I think through the same kind of lens you guys are seeing it, and like just the camera does not do justice to how gorgeous the 87 set is. I made an Instagram post. When you guys follow me on Instagram, you're gonna, you know, you might have read that post, but I never liked 87. I'd seen it a million times, you know, either in a showcase or, you know, on an eBay listing or in a video or whatever, and I was just never really impressed by it. I was always like, it's kind of bland, it's gray. It's not the prettiest design, but man, when you hold this thing in your hand, they like pop. I don't know why. Like, to me, this really, like, I love 70s baseball. Like, I think that's one of the most underrated decades in terms of card design. Like, I love 70s baseball cards. Like, you can pick any year. I'm like, that one's gorgeous, that one's gorgeous, that one's gorgeous. And something about it, I don't know if it's the coloring, the simplicity, whatever, but like this to me just looks like a 70s baseball set design. And I love it. Like, I think this thing's amazing. I don't know if like Fleer poached someone from Topps for a year and was like, yo, make us a set. Like, do something different than we did in 86. Because like the 86 and the 88 are very similar. They're very similar designs, but the 87 is much different than anything else that Fleer did in the 80s. And this, never really liked them, but when I pulled this one out and the Larry and the Parrish and a couple other ones, I was like, wow. They just pop in a way that you don't really notice until you're holding it in your hand. I love this one. Like, this one, I can't, this is another one I gotta really resist keeping the PC, because this is actually the kind of one that you did where it's like, oh, I actually overpaid on this one. And what am I talking about? You gotta recoup your funds and keep the money moving, you know, but like, man, this one is really tempting me to keep because, one, I like the fact that like it's got a, you know, it's a bit of a story personal one anyway, where it's like, yo man, remind yourself, don't make mistakes like this, don't get overconfident. I had another card, like a Bobby Orr card that's like that I actually kept in the PC because it wasn't very high value, but I found out later that card was actually trimmed, so couldn't do anything with it. But you know, I kept that one in the PC because to me it had like, you know, personal meaning to it, because it's like, yo man, you gotta, you know, be careful when you buy stuff. But this Jordan, I'm gonna have to sell it because I paid paid too much for it to not keep it moving. But the 87 set, man, found a new fan in this collection when I bought it, because I was like, wow man, the 87s, out of everything I had, I saw in there, I was like, wow, these things to me pop. Love them in hand. Again, on a screen, not quite the same effect. When you hold these things, man, they are gorgeous. So anyway, moving on. We covered those. Let's get into, so I'll move next to Larry. Here's the 87 Fleer Larry. This one I think, you know, is probably gonna look a little better because that green, that yellow. This one's gorgeous, but you know, again, you know, a little bit limited. These are centering issues again. Top band much bigger than the bottom, and when you go and look at examples of things that got 9s and 10s, don't have those kinds of centering issues. You can measure yourself anyway. People know how to do centering, whatever. But you know, this is still another one where I'm like, I want to, you know, I want to put this one behind, you know, with the PSA label, and you know, get this one slapped up. Like this is a gorgeous card. Like everything else about it other than that centering is really nice. And like, you know, yes, the white borders hide a little bit of the chipping that's natural on every single card and much more apparent on the colored border cards, but you know, great you know, great action shot. I love the yellow and the green colors they put on for the Celtics anyway. And this is one I just had to. Like I had to be like, all right, that one, I'm not expecting big profits on this one by any means. But this is just another one I was like, no, that's one I want to put behind a slab and make it move that way. You guys saw the 86 bird. Man, there's just some nice stuff in here. This one's very off-center. So like low expectations on this. Low expectations isn't quite right to say, but this one's you know, it's very off-center. It does not match, does not meet clearly the 2-to-1 roughly centering. You know, you can tell it right when you look at it to be a 9. It's actually borderline on the 8 standards. So, but this thing's very good otherwise. So I'm wondering if it might still remain an 8. But like, you know, it's got like some corner whitening. It's got some edge chipping, stuff like that. But you know, it's pretty free of surface issues. It's corners are sharp, edges are real nice. I could see maybe it's sliding into an 8. I hope so. I'm expecting like a 7 on this one, but still a gorgeous card, and still one that I want to get graded. So you know, I'm not expecting big things out of this one, but this is just a cool card anyway. So